Hi everybody, my name is Seth. I'm here with Beckley. We're at Gracie, Vermont, bringing you another move of the week. Continuing our look at side control, today we're going to look at some transitions. I tell my students, when you achieve a dominant positions, you're allowed to do one of three things. You're allowed to control and cook them, you're allowed to attack and submit them, and you're allowed to transition to another spot, hopefully as good if not better. From side control, the most traditional and common transitions are going to be to the mounted position. And today, I'm going to show you two ways to move from side control to the mount, but I'm going to show you two of the main mistakes people do that put them back in guard and make a whole bunch more work for themselves. So, first one, I'm in head and arm control on Beckley, and she's got a frame on the neck and a frame on the hip. The big mistake here is that when people start to drive their knee across to get to mount, Beckley just pushes the leg back between her legs and puts me in head guard. So to do an effective knee drive, to drive the knee across and get to the mount, I need to open up the space between her elbow and her leg. I'm going to do that by driving my leg into her thigh and walking the elbow away. So I'm in head and arm control. First thing I like to do, I just slip my right knee right up onto the hip. From here, I'm just testing the waters, seeing how she reacts. From here, I'm going to disconnect my hands, cup inside the armpit, and drop my shoulder to her cheek. I'm going to take my other hand on the mat and I'm going to start to walk her elbow up. As I walk her elbow up, I'm going to drive off my back leg, putting my shin into her thighs, trying to drive her leg away and her elbow up. As I do this, it'll bring me in line with her so I can drop my hip, circle my legs, move to the mount, hands wide. Again, a knee drive to mount, frame on the neck, frame on the hip. I'm going to slip my knee up, see how she reacts. Cup the shoulder, drop the shoulder, start to walk the elbow. Drive off my back leg into her thighs, opening up that space, drop the hip, circle the legs, hands wide. The other idea is when your opponent has an underhook, we talk about addressing this. In Maintaining Side Control Part 2, I talked about switching to a 100 kilos position to stop that underhook from being effective. So when she has a frame here and an underhook here, I'm going to switch my arms, block the hip, and drop my hip. But when I'm ready to transition, I'm going to sit through in a reverse sit through. Now what people do is often they take this big step over to mount, Beckley opens up the legs, catches me in high guard. I need to make sure I protect that. So from this reverse case, I'm going to grab the outside of the knee, I'm going to pinch her knees together, and I'm going to step over my own leg. From here, I'll pull my arm out, and I'm going to drive off my back leg, taking my knee down. But as I do that, my elbow has to circle around the head. Drive your hips, don't just drive knee down, drive your hips into them, then circle the arm, and your hands go wide. Again, the key to this is making sure you push your hips into them and your knee drops as you're circling your elbow around the head. Frame on the hip, underhook. I switch off to my 100 kilos, reverse sit through, grab the knees, pull tight, step over. From here, hand comes out, drive off your back foot, elbow comes around, hands out, head up, into the mount. This is two ways to transition from side control into the mount, addressing an underhook and addressing a frame, a knee drive to mount and a hip switch to mount. My name is Seth. I'm here with Beckley. We're at Gracie, Vermont, bringing you another move of the week.